was helping out earlier today. I saw he or she having a piece of that Big Mac pizza. That's not allowed. I'm going to have to talk with Donkin.
That's not part of the perks.
Mary's creation back there. Did your boyfriend get you anything for your birthday yet?
Yes.
Are you going to hang out? Are you with him on Thanksgiving or not?
Yeah, he's going to come to my sister's house. So I'm going to probably some. Oh my God. We'll probably spend the night together Wednesday night.
Well, that is the biggest party night of the year, right?
And then, we'll do Thanksgiving stuff together. So we're...
Isn't tomorrow night when, like, all the kids are home from college and everybody wilds out downtown and wherever?
Well, it's usually at, like, your hometown dive bar. Is where it's, like, everyone from high school. I know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he and I have had a lot of talks over the last month or so, and we decided we're going to move in together when my lease is up in April. And so I was over there the other day, and he's like, hey, I've been cleaning out a bunch of cabinet space. Like, I want you to check it out, see where you can put your stuff. And I, like, opened up the... I opened up the one cabinet and there was an air fryer in there, which is what I asked for my birthday. And I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. And I like go to pull it out and he's like all happy about his surprise.
Oh, he was setting you up.
He was setting me up.
You didn't accidentally find it.
No, he was like, hey, check out that cabinet. I cleaned out a bunch of space.
Gotcha.
And I opened it and the air fryer's in there. And he's like, happy birthday. Black. What color are they supposed to be?
People, you'd be surprised at how specific people are about the color of their air fryer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Just a black one.
Okay.
I wanted this one because it has two different little baskets, so you can cook two different foods and just set the timers, and then they're done at the exact same time. So you can cook your chicken and your vegetables in the same time, and then it'll just all be ready at once, which is pretty cool. So I get it out, and I'm like looking at it, I'm all excited, and my phone rings, and it said no caller ID, which is usually my mom. So I answer, I'm like, hello? And
you don't have your mom in your phone.
She doesn't have, for whatever reason, she has her thing blocked. So her number doesn't show up when she calls people. But I have her phone number. I can call her. So I answer the phone, I'm like, hello? And on the other end, it goes, he goes, Mary, this is Dave Attell. And I was like, my eyes got all big and I looked at my boyfriend. He's like, what? And I was like, I mouthed him. I was like, it's Dave Attell. And he's like,
Chappelle.
What? Oh, sorry. It's Dave Chappelle. And so I like walked into the other room and I'm on the phone with David Attell for like a half hour. And he's like, he was in Hilarities and he and I have worked together a couple of times. And he's like, when I'm in the Midwest next year, I'm thinking I might want to use you to open up shows for me. And like, so I'm like freaking out and like overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my God, like I think Dave Attell's asking if I can go on the road with him.
Oh my God. He finally found someone.
Right.
Why did you go in the other room to have this conversation?
I don't know, just because.
You don't want your boyfriend to hear it?
Not that I didn't want him to hear it, but I was just kind of like pacing around, like nervous energy, like walking around through the house, if that makes sense. I wasn't like leaving specifically so that he didn't hear the conversation. But he offered
just sounds hinky, that's all.
No. Yeah, me and Dave Attell are hooking up.
He's handsome.
So, like a half hour goes by and I get off the phone and I come back into the kitchen and my boyfriend's sitting at the kitchen table pouting and I'm all amped up. I'm like, dude, Attell's taking me to Fort Wayne with him in February and he said if it goes well that I can do more of his Midwest dates. I'm like,
Attell C-blocked your air fryer.
Yes, my boyfriend was so mad. He's sitting there with like his arms folded, like genuinely upset. And I was like, what is wrong with you? This is great news. And he goes, Dave Attell ruined my birthday present.
Yes, he C-blocked your boyfriend's birthday present for you.
I was like, no, I'm still really excited.
Oh, Dave Attell gave me a better one, honey. And it didn't cost him 1 cent. Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
He was so upset. And I was like, no, I do. I love the air fryer. I really do. He's like, but
I really do. Let's make something right now. And then I'll wrap it and send it to Dave Attell.
Right.
I'll ship it to him in dry ice.
So he was very, very disappointed. And then I was like, a little bit of time went by and I was just like, but I think that's a pretty cool sentence for you to say that Dave Attell ruined your birthday surprise.
Why would you?
That's a really cool sentence.
How did Mary? Yeah, for you, not for him.
For him to tell Dave Attell ruined my birthday surprise.
He got cucked by Dave Attell. How is that cool?
I thought that's a pretty cool sentence.
Cool for you, not for him.
Yeah, he was not
Dave Attell's
happy.
cucking boyfriend's tour coming this winter.
Yeah.
So you had this conversation. The boyfriend's mad because of the air fryer situation.
Because he had the surprise worked,
understandable.
and
Right.
he wanted me to be more amped up about the air fryer.
Why did you pick up a phone call with no ID?
She told you why.
My mom. Every time my mom calls, it says no caller ID.
No, but it could just have. Oh, But couldn't it also have been spam? You figured it was your mom.
I figured it was my mom because it literally no caller ID means my mom's calling me.
Gotcha.
So I just assumed it was my mom.
It didn't say scam likely.
No. I assumed it was my mom, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Hello," and he's like, "Mary, it's Dave Attell," and I was like, "What the?"
Honey, my mom is Dave Attell.
Did you know it?
Oh my God, I knew we were Sicilian.
Did you for a second think that was part of the birthday present? Like
No.
like a cameo
audio
call or
cameo.
something?
From someone that I actually know.
Hello, who's this?
I would still take that from Dave Attell. Like
Right.
if Dave Attell called me on my birthday, it was like, hey, like just to say happy birthday, I'd be like, this is a good birthday.
It's a pretty good birthday, yeah. But he was all I think he was 70-30 actually upset. And like
What? Of
70% of
course.
him was pretty pissed.
Yes.
And 30% was like, okay, that's still pretty
What
cool.
did you have to do to get him back into your good graces? I mean, what did you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just asking.
No,
Oh, sorry,
it was-
my elbow hit that. I didn't mean to.
Well, what sucked the worst is that I had to leave his house because I was going to the airport to leave for the weekend, and I was just like, I can't stay here. Like, we can't put this together or make anything. Like, I literally found his present, took a 30-minute phone call, and had to
Honey,
leave.
the last half hour we were supposed to spend together, I was talking to Dave Attell.
exactly
I'm so
what
sorry.
it was.
And now I've got to leave town.
And I was gone for 4 days.
Oh, and he's trying to be a cool guy and be
Yeah.
slick.
Yeah.
Never pays off to give people gifts.
'Cause-
I hope that's the moral of the story.
Well, because I came over and he was all amped up. He's excited. He's like, "Hey, I've been cleaning stuff out and making room for your stuff." And I emptied out this whole closet for you. And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. Thank you so much." And he's like, "Oh yeah, open up that drawer or that cabinet underneath the sink." And I opened it and the air fryer's there. And then that lasted about 2 minutes before Dave Attell
And,
called.
Think of the even cooler story now that Dave Attell has.
yeah.
I
right?
interrupted a guy's birthday present for his girlfriend.
What city does your boyfriend live in?
Berea. He lives in Berea, Ohio.
So the cycle will be complete.
The cycle will be complete. I will be moving
Oh,
back.
you'll move back to Berea.
Yes.
When does this happen?
April, when my lease is up.
Ah,
I don't know if Bozo believes in leases, but that's what my paperwork says.
Why didn't you
easier to break.
Right.
Why didn't you guys think about renting a new place? Like
He owns his house.
Okay.
Yeah,
never
he
mind.
just bought it in May of 2020. And believe me, I tried that. I was like, what if we just buy a place
I was
here?
gonna say clearly he doesn't have faith in the relationship because if he was a gambling man, he's like, listen, I'll sell my house. Mary is more valuable than my house value, so therefore,
all this value.
And
But why
he
would
have
you
faith?
sell your house? I mean,
it's not like you're out anything. You might get more for your
That's
house.
what I said.
It's a
I
buyer's
said,
market.
Hey, man, the housing market is crazy right now.
right, but then the
seller's
money,
market.
but then it's a seller's market. The money that you make, you have to sink into a higher priced house.
Exactly. That isn't across the street from people I graduated high school with.
Oh, I see. So not being in Berea held a great deal of value for you, is what you're
Big
saying.
volume. Yes.
I see. All
Well,
right.
because we've talked about it before, and he knows that I didn't want to move back into my hometown, and I was like, I just don't want to run into people that I've seen forever, man. Like you can't go to the grocery store without seeing 10 people you grew up with.
That's the great. My life has been pretty nomadic in radio, but the greatest thing is not running into people I went to high school. It's the best.
Yes, because it's just, and it's not that I don't like those people. It's just that it's the same conversation. Oh, how you been? Yeah, good.
But if it's
working
happening on a
around.
daily basis,
It's every day.
but it won't be the same conversation every time if it's the same people that you're running into all the time.
It's not that I'm going to run into the same 4 people. I'm going to run into the whole city at
Well,
different points.
and when
This is why you should have been less popular in high school. Because if
Yeah.
I go to Medina, people don't know who the hell I am.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, they might know me from the radio, but they
From
don't.
here.
They do not know me from high school.
Yeah.
They might go, I think.
Did we?
What year? Yeah, Mary was super popular.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's your curse.
me to say.
You're living
That's
in a
what you get.
gilded cage.
That's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
So, yeah. So, Dave Attell
Back to Berea.
C-blocked my boyfriend's
Yeah.
birthday gift. And, yeah, we're moving back to Berea in April. So, good stuff.
That's so gay. You're
Why is
so
it gay?
like you're so.
I'm in love.
Yeah,
It's actually the straightest thing she could do.
It's moving with a man. Right.
I don't know if you knew that, Poundcake, but
There'll come a day where you might want to do that, Cody.
Moving with a
I'll be gay
man.
when he does it.
Yeah, yours will be gay.
I mean, living alone is the best.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I
But-
love it.
It's great. But there might be a day when that comes where you might want to do that. You're already living with dudes that you're not involved with, so it's not like you're not used to other people like in your space. Yeah.
Oh, I make minding my business like an art form. Like I really don't interact with roommates or anything like that. Really.
We're in the fun part of it right now where we're like figuring out whose stuff's going to go where. And like, oh, I could put my TV stand. We have 2 of everything, 2 or 3 of everything. I'm like, I don't want to throw away my stuff or sell it because I just bought it during quarantine. And so did he, because he just bought his house. So we have, beds and TVs and TV stands and dining room tables, and it's all brand new. So we're just like, it's kind of fun to like figure out where everything's going to go.
It's why it's so silly when people who get married in their 30s have like gift lists. Like, we already have everything. We're grown adults. We've been adults for a long time, right? Just come, have some food with us. Yeah. Come party.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah, we don't need anything.
Right.
I don't need a lemon zester from Sur La Table because you're coming to my wedding.
You want a crumb catcher?
Nah, I don't want that. I'll dig out the old one. Well, there you go. So a lot going on. Now, do you think that this recent development with one David Attell Esquire might give your boyfriend second thoughts? See, when he's living with you, there's only so many rooms you can go into to avoid being around when somebody calls.
I wasn't avoiding it. I was
just saying.
Nervous that, excited that that's a big phone call to get. That's a pretty famous person calling me on my cell phone. I don't know. It's kind of a big deal. You
just call him a famous person.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not
trying.
To
go pretty famous.
He's like a famous guy.
Yeah, but I thought that. That doesn't. I wouldn't think that would matter. What the opportunity is what matters.
Right. So like when I know it's Attell calling me, not emailing me, or not his people emailing me or anything like that, I'm like, oh, so I kind of start to get like, just pacing around and moving and talking, and I wasn't like, I have to hide this from my boyfriend. Hold on, stop. Let me get outside.
Dave, call 911.
Dave, do you have an air fryer? I just got one.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. All
right.
So yeah, that was fun. But he's pretty upset. Every time the air fryer comes up now, it's a sore subject.
I was going to say, you're never that air fryer quickly became a symbol of your division with your boyfriend. So now every time you cook something in that air fryer, he's gonna think
Dave Attell.
Dave Attell.
And you know what's so funny?
He's gonna think when she went from "oh my God" to "hold on a second, I've got to take this because it's my mom."
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to you,
I just thought it was my mom.
Thought it was my mom, rather than going, "Dave, can I call you right back?
Yeah, right.
I just got gifted an air fryer."
And I told him I was
didn't occur to you, did it?
To not take the call?
Say, can I call you right back?
No. Should it have?
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
You think that if he goes, nope, I changed my mind. I called you to talk to you for half an hour, mind you, about this opportunity. But if I have to call you back, or if you have to call me back, deal's off.
Well, not that the deal would be off, but I didn't even know what the deal was.
Yeah, Dave, I'm in the middle of something. Can I call you right back?
Okay, well, that didn't occur to me.
Oh, boy.
It was.
I need to take.
It's no caller ID, so how are you going to call him back?
Also that, I don't have his phone number.
Do you have a pen and paper?
No. I could paint it on the air fryer.
Her boyfriend's like, open up the air fryer. There's a pen and paper in there. I knew this was going to happen.
For this exact
reason. So you'll
reason.
always have notes ready. Yeah.
So after that, when he's sitting there and he's pouting, and I'm like, no, I love the air fryer. Everything's great. And he's sitting there.
Was he a big pouter?
No, I think, like I said, he was like 70. Like, he was upset that the surprise was ruined, but he's like playing into it. Like, he's being silly about it. And
you guys do that a lot.
Yeah. We fake fight more than anything else.
That's how people mask their real fights.
We don't actually fight, though.
Yeah, you do. You just pretend that they're fake funny fights.
Well, I have fun with it. I'm not actually upset when we do this. He might be, but
might be.
I'm taking phone calls anyway.
It just takes one. Just takes one.
So he goes, he's sitting there and he goes, you know what? F that guy. He's not even funny anyway. And I gave him like a look. He goes, all right, he's very funny. like he wanted to hate him more than he could because he's like,
to real fight him.
he was just saying that to be like, my air fryer is more important. He's like, he's not. I was like, really, Brian? David Attell?
What if he really?
Funny.
Not everybody thinks Attell's funny. What if he genuinely didn't think David Attell was funny?
No, he really does. He was just
saying.
What if he
didn't?
If he didn't,
it's not a cardinal sin. It's not a deal breaker.
It wouldn't change the fact that I would work with him.
No, I'm not saying that. But what if he?
No, you can think whoever you want is funny. We don't have to have the same taste in stand up.
What about air fryers?
That's a big one. That's a deal breaker.
All right.
If we don't want the same air fryer.
Bill got to hang out with the Walrus lady, right?
Oh, well, here.
Walrus?
Let me explain.
What?
So I went to the Cavs game last night.
Yeah.
And
they barely lost.
They were in it for most of the game. They were leading most of the game. Fourth quarter, Harden and the Nets are very good. They won the game. Cavs are still a little banged up. Bummer of a loss, but still a very exciting game. The Cavs are good. But during one of the Jumbotron segments, they're cutting to all these different people.
Yeah.
And, people don't really know what to do when they're on the Jumbotron. And they cut to this one lady, and she's kind of unaware that she's on there for a bit, and she's just kind of like bopping along to the music, and then she notices that she's on, and then she like kind of like starts like putting her hands up, and then she starts pretending like she's S-ing 2Ds. She's going back and forth and going la 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 la, and the entire arena lost her mind.
There's
How old was she?
She was probably in her 30s, maybe late 20s. She wasn't an older lady. But it was, yeah. So she starts,
Why was she doing that?
She's doing the walk because she didn't know what to do. So she just goes.
Didn't know what to do.
So that's where
first
her
time,
mind went.
yeah, first time on a Jumbotron.
She's
oral
gonna
sex.
be memed.
So she starts doing, Walrus and a couple of tusks
gosh.
there. And
Is there any chance?
And what made me think of like that was extra funny is because of you telling us the story about watching Ghostbusters with Nora and how you would have to like that's one that she'd see and see everybody react and be like, why is everybody freaking out? And
Honey,
like,
that lady is a marine biologist.
she's pretending she has two big tusks just going out of her face.
That's right. She's a big Kevin Smith fan. Huh. So did they quickly cut away from her once they realized what was going on?
Yeah, because she got about like 4 pumps in, and then they were off of her.
Tongue out?
Yeah. She had mouth,
she do the-
mouth open. She was going like this.
So she didn't add the tongue on the inside of her cheek.
No,
See,
she didn't
that's
do
what
that.
I pictured,
Yeah.
like the whole act out of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
She was more like mouth open, going This is gonna be
Wow.
fun.
See, I'm more interested in seeing who she's there with because
She was with another lady.
I was gonna say if she was there on a date with
and
a
like
man.
the lady that she's with, like as soon as she saw it, like slapped her, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she probably got ejected because then the next commercial break that they went to, they go, we'd like to remind fans of our code of conduct policy here at the NBA.
You gotta act
Please
right.
no signing documents on camera. Can you get kicked out for that, for hijinks on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, if you pull your boobs out or something.
Well, no,
probably.
I don't mean public
I don't-
indecency, but if you make a gesture, I mean...
Because it says no gestures.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it says no gestures.
Like if you flip them off or
yeah,
something.
if you flip them off, or
I
you like
see.
do like the J-O symbol or something like
do the blood sign.
you can get in trouble for that stuff. But it was very funny just watching everybody in the arena go, oh, because we knew that was like the biggest reaction of the night.
Could everybody tell where she was actually sitting?
I couldn't pinpoint where she was at, but
I bet
I'm
she
sure
got
there's
real
a lot
popular after that.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody's
sure-
sitting around her.
because
She
usually
got free
I
drinks
can,
the rest of the night.
But there's guys like so.
About that.
Yeah, see what you
wonder.
can do. But it was very funny, very inappropriate. Of course, you don't want to be doing that.
Well, yeah, your gestures.
I would never do that, but it was very funny to see.
All right. She said, and the Cavs are up by 5, and back to the lady over there. All right. I've got to take a break. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192 to send me that. You can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7